Would y'all believe me if I told you that it is a town, a literal whole town in South Africa? It's called like Pretoria, where it's whites only, y'all. Whites only. Would you believe me if I told you that more than 70% of the property in Cape Town, where I'm moving to, y'all, is owned by white people, y'all. White people. And of course, we already know apartheid.
Hello everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. On today's episode, we'll be paying attention on how South Africans are angry against Black Americans for the Zulu Parade, which undermines the African culture. South Africans feel offensive while Black Americans say it's their right to hold the Zulu Parade, specifically the New Orleans. Let's watch different reactions from both South Africans and Black Americans.
Everything that happened. Now keep that in mind when I tell y'all this information. It's a Zulu parade, y'all, that African Americans are doing, that we was doing here. And them they over there mad because we using the Zulu name. Whole time the white people done took over their shit. Whole time it's areas in their country where these black motherfuckers can't even go. These motherfuckers can't even live on their own shit. You see how fucked up people are, y'all? It's the diaspora. It's this white shit. It's this colonization shit, y'all. We fucked up on the globe. That's why I'm going over to Africa, too. Cause I gotta wake these motherfuckers up, too. They just, motherfucker, if your Zulu shit had any power, bitches, with the apartheid wouldn't have happened, motherfucker. You had some motherfucking land, bitches. I'm coming over there getting land. You motherfuckers ain't even got the shit. Stop fucking playing.
The image you're looking at here is of the Zulu Parade in New Orleans, a tradition which dates back to between 1909 and 1916. The tradition seems to be based on a skit or comedy which a man called John L. Motea saw, and which inspired him to create and organize a carnival. The comedy John saw had people in grass skirts wearing makeup, as you're seeing here, and it inspired him to reorganize his marching troupe. With this, Black Americans were allowed to have their own carnival, and this is how the tradition began, because around this time there was a lot of segregation. They were not allowed to celebrate with white people in their carnival, so they said they'll create their own, and this is how the Zulu Parade was born. Now recently, Africans like myself and Zulu people in South Africa have discovered this, and it's causing a lot of controversy and tension between Black Africans and Black Americans, unfortunately. Specifically those of New Orleans and specifically those in South Africa of the Zulu ethnic group. Now, have a look at this image and tell me, why do you think exactly the Zulus in South Africa are offended by what they're seeing? If you don't understand why they may be offended, I'll give you an image from a Belgian tradition called Black Pete. Have a look. This is Black Pete, a Belgian tradition where white people paint themselves black and have red lips, afros, and so on. Now, according to them, this is their tradition. It's not meant to be offensive to black people, and it's their way of celebrating Christmas and so on. Now, whether you're Black African or Black American, when you take a look at this, how do you feel? Do you think this is okay? If yes, then fair enough. But if no, then you should understand why the Zulus are offended. Now, for people in New Orleans, I get it. This is your tradition, this is your culture, and it's special to you because you had to build it in such a bad environment. Yeah, your ancestors had to do that in the 1900s. It's just kind of sad, I understand. But that being said, the origin of this was a skit. It's comedy, and you're calling it Zulu, which is offensive to actual Zulu people. Okay, it's a caricature of Africans, grass skirts, all that stuff. That's not that's not right. Okay. That being said, I'm not saying scrap this or get rid of it. No, continue. This is your tradition. This is what your ancestors left you, right? All I'm saying is, if you're gonna call it Zulu, at least do some research on the Zulu culture and show some respect to the Zulu tradition. And not only that, you can also incorporate other traditional African cultures and attires and so on, and have a tweak on it, mixing it with your culture. That's fine. I have no problem with that. All I'm saying is, this is like a caricature, and it was meant to be a caricature because it's based on a skit and comedy, as you can see, as I've said. And if that doesn't work and you don't care, you want to keep everything the way it is, that's totally fine. But just remove the name Zulu, call it something else, Because again, if people appropriated your culture, your names and so on, you wouldn't like that. So why are you going to do that the other way? Let's not be hypocrites. You know what I mean? Let's have respect for each other as black people. I'm a Pan-African. I want people to respect each other as black people. All of us. And I'm seeing disrespect on both sides. It's just heartbreaking for me, man. Honestly. It breaks my heart. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. You guys...
I don't know if y'all been seeing this, but there's this whole diaspora war going on between Black Americans, my people, and South Africa. And it all started because of the Zulu Parade in New Orleans and stuff like that. And now we're getting told, y'all don't have no culture, da, 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 da. And then what really got me, and this is why I say diaspora wars are so stupid. This South African, I don't remember the username, he posted a picture of a soul food plate with mac and cheese, greens, I believe it was either baked chicken or oxtail or something. And mind you, and yams. And mind you, the plate looks amazing. And he was like, yeah, y'all eat like this. This is just slop. Then he turns around and posts a picture of I guess a South African dish, you know, the food they eat. Why the picture look damn near the same? Like when I say the picture looked damn near the same, I know it's not the exact same food, but it was very close to it. Diaspora wars are stupid. You're literally fighting with your cousin. Like it's the same. The plate looked damn near the same.
And to you South Africans, as a Black American, because I don't even know if I could say African American, I feel like y'all would just love for us to take the African off of African American. In the words of Joe Jackson, we should have never fed your ass for 25 cents a day.
So every few months, Black Americans and South Africans act like exes who just don't fuck with each other at all. And that was interesting to see, but doesn't it get old? Because some of the things that you guys be arguing about, it's fucking ridiculous, especially when both your oppressors, so as to say, are all besties and shit. But you guys find the smallest thing, you know, to bicker about, and then the bigotry starts flying from every way. And I'll just be sitting there like, damn. Something's gotta give, guys.
But I see you fucking South Africans bringing the drama to TikTok. Y'all hoes mad because we got a parade called fucking Zulu, bitch. Bitch, I'm about to ring you hoes fucking up, bitch.
I'm Zimdebele but liyasijwayela Masimba. It seems like colonizers' tendency of stealing from Black cultures has rubbed off onto African Americans from New Orleans. Just because the Zulu Parade has been happening for over a century doesn't mean that it's correct. Slavery happened for 400 years? Did that make it correct? Blackface was done by white people for a long time. Did that make it correct? Just last week, African Americans were complaining about box braids being called Viking braids by white people because they actually originate from Black people. And also they were calling up K-pop fans for cosplaying as African American people and using stereotypes about their culture and stuff like that. And we supported them. We defended them in comment sections of videos. But now they can't give us that same energy. But then now when we complain about the Zulu Parade being disrespectful and being cultural appropriation, suddenly it's not an issue. It's as if they believe that only their Blackness and their culture is worthy of respect. But then the rest of us have to put up with it when they appropriate our cultures. This attitude is evident even in Hollywood movies that misportray African culture and use stereotypes like a generic African accent. And I'm seeing all of that in this Zulu Parade. One of the common arguments I'm seeing is that, well, African Americans descend from Africa, they should have every right to participate in it. First of all, Africa is not a country, it's a continent with 54 countries. African Americans descend from West Africans because that's where the transatlantic slave trade happened. It didn't happen in Southern Africa and definitely not in the Zulu Kingdom. South Africa is literally on the far end of the continent. It's literally the tip of Southern Africa. Y'all didn't come from there. The issue that we have here is that, why are you calling the parade Zulu? So these people are claiming that, oh no, it has nothing to do with Zulu culture or the Zulu Kingdom and stuff like that. Then why does it say African Zulu? There's only one group of African Zulu people, and that's in South Africa, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal. By claiming that you're calling this African Zulu, but then no, it has nothing to do with them. It's Black people from New Orleans culture, and therefore you have a right to wear it and misrepresent it. By taking the name of a nation that still exists today, that has millions of people, and you're making it into this spectacle without our consent. You're behaving just like colonizers who would pillage our lands, take our ceremonial masks and objects and display them in museums without our consent. Another thing that hints at the fact that this has to do with Zulu culture is the fact that witch doctors, they have a witch doctor in the festival, and witch doctors are central to Zulu culture. Actually, the term has become derogatory, and we now stick to the indigenous term, which is isangoma or inyanga. So let's look at the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation, and why this Zulu Parade thing is the former. So cultural appropriation is when you take elements of another culture without giving proper recognition or respect to that culture. It's taking an element of someone's culture outside of their original context and representing it. It's the act of taking or using things from a culture that is not yours without showing that you understand or respect that culture. Culture is the beliefs, the behaviors, the knowledge, and experiences that are specific to a group of people. Where you live, your ethnicity, your race, your religion, and your lived experiences are part of culture. So what they did is that they took the name Zulu outside of its original context. Like this guy said, oh, they took it from one of the most powerful African tribes. They took it outside of the original context and then transformed it into something that it's not, and misrepresenting it by showing aspects of a culture that isn't even ours. We don't wear grass skirts, we wear beads and animal skin. This is what Zulu traditional attire is like for men and for women. We don't wear blackface and all these other weird things. It's actually really disrespectful. If we are telling you that this is disrespectful, who are you to tell us that we're not supposed to feel this way? Zulu isn't just a name, it's an ethnic group. So it's inherently disrespectful and invalidating when you just say, oh no, we pulled that name just from nowhere, when we know damn well that it's coming from African Zulu people. This is not cultural appreciation, because cultural appreciation is when you seek to understand and learn about another culture in an effort to broaden your perspective and connect with other people cross-culturally. But then that's not what these people participating in the Zulu Parade are doing, because they didn't bother to consult any Zulu people to ask them about their culture and how to portray it respectfully. Google is free, but they didn't even do their research about Zulu people. And you know, some of them are arguing that, oh, this started in the 1910s and they didn't have access to the internet and they couldn't travel and stuff like that. Okay, fine. But then now you have the internet. There's social media. Zulu people are everywhere. You can communicate with them. You can ask them. You can travel to learn more about Zulu culture. That could have been an excuse then, but it's not an excuse now, because we're in the information age where it's so easy to find this information at your fingertips. It's appropriation because they portrayed Zulu culture in the stereotypical way based on racist stereotypes of what African cultures are like. We're treated as this monolith, and African people are typically portrayed in media as wearing grass skirts, as slathering their faces in paint, having these wooden masks like what is on the floating thingy of the Zulu Parade thingy. Like, it's nothing like Zulu culture. I've seen African Americans saying that, oh, but then why can't we participate in Zulu culture? First of all, it's not Zulu culture. But then they say, why can't we participate in it when African people also participate in Black American culture? You guys participate in rap and hip hop and whatever and stuff like that. And it's like, the difference between us and you guys is that we actually acknowledge the origin. We are not denying the fact that hip hop, R&B, etc. come from US culture. We acknowledge that and we appreciate it. And we don't portray it in the stereotypical way that the Zulu Parade is looking, where they've completely twisted it from what it's actually supposed to be like. In the same way that they find it offensive when white people wear blackface, we find it offensive when they wear blackface. Maybe for you guys it's not blackface when you're wearing it within your own context, but for us, how are you black and you're wearing blackface whilst calling yourself Zulu people? It's really disrespectful. And the thing is, we're not even asking you guys to end the parade and stop doing it. We are telling you, just remove the name Zulu. If you guys claim that it's not Zulu culture, then don't call it Zulu, because there's nothing else that's Zulu apart from the Zulu tribe found in South Africa. Even if you wanted to make it an actual Zulu culture thing, we wouldn't have an issue with that. just portray the culture correctly the way that it is, because that parade, it's a mockery of Zulu culture. And one of the funniest things is the painted coconuts being central to the cultural aspects they show when there are not even any coconut trees in South Africa. Hey, Lena.
Having watched the above videos, it's clear now South Africans feel offended. Black Americans feel it's their right to have the Zulu Parade, since they claim it started from way back. Do you support the Zulu Parade? Let me know what you think about this episode on the comment section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you, family. Bye.